Hi, thanks for joining me, and thank you to my friend and sponsor Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial in LaSalle for supporting this weekly multimedia project. You know, I consider myself very lucky to have a job that lets me meet so many wonderful people and learn their stories and share them with you, and today is appropriate for Veterans Day. You might have seen the video that I did recently about the placement of the military headstone at the grave of the former slave and Civil War veteran America Reddick. It happened at the Granville Cemetery, and during the ceremony, after taps was played on the bugle, we heard an echo of sorts, taps on a Native American flute. You can see it in that video, which, like this one, is along with the other Tom's Takes on the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel. And after that ceremony, the flutist and I talked a bit, and I learned that his name is Ken Troyan and that his nonprofit gives free flutes and lessons to veterans. The group is called Flutes for Vets, and you're about to meet Ken and a few of the vets he helps make music.
Flutes for Vets are taking veterans who know nothing about music and know nothing about instruments and teaching them from the ground up how to play the Native American flute. We work with veterans who have PTSD, and we help them by playing the flute. It lets the music and the brain work together and gives them a calming, which helps them get through their day much easier. It's a non-pharmaceutical way of helping them with PTSD.
So typically these will be combat veterans?
Yes.
Okay. How did you come across this as sort of a therapy?
I read it in American Legion magazine, and because I've always been looking for a way to give back to my fellow veterans, I'm a veteran also, and I've been in music for over 40 years, played guitar, wrote music, and Uncle Artie, the arthritis, set in on the hands, so I needed something that I could play and enjoy. And I found the Native American flute, started teaching myself, and after 3 or 4 years of playing it myself, found the article and said, I can do this for veterans. This is a totally free program for them, which that's the exciting thing. It doesn't cost them. I give them their instruments, I give them their manual, and they get 12 lessons free.
How broad is this kind of program? Do you know of others of this?
There's only 3 other programs that I know of out in Arizona. I'm the only one in Illinois, and I'm the only one anywhere else in the country.
So do you get new students by just word of mouth then, basically, and attending different veterans events and things?
Well, word of mouth, and also from our Facebook. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we're on Twitter, and basically what we're trying to do, people are looking for something to help them out. We've just started, 4 months ago, started doing Zoom lessons. So my first Zoom group was from the state of Washington, Wyoming, Texas, and Ohio.
So technology is helping everybody, you in the program and the veterans.
Exactly. The best way to reach me is called linktr.ee/flutes for vets. That's my one-stop shopping.
Okay.
Our donation page, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We started with veterans 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. We had 3 veterans. This year, at this point, we've already had 30 plus sign up for the program, and we've had about 25 graduate.
And you run them through the VAC, the Veterans Assistance Commission on the north side of Peru.
Well, actually, it all depends. I have a group here. I have a group down in Peoria. I have a group in Ottawa. and they all go through the same lessons.
So you go to them, basically.
I go to them.
You're in the middle of this installment of Tom's Take. And if you're listening to this on the radio or streaming, you're not seeing the whole picture. In fact, you're just hearing the audio. And Ken's contact information is displayed in the video version of the story if you'd like it. And this and the other Tom's Take videos are all archived at the Starved Rock Media YouTube channel.
It's a group of, people that get together, that have PTSD, have other issues. I suffer from PTSD as a combat veteran, and, didn't have anything really to do on Fridays at 1 o'clock, you know what I mean? So, I tried to broaden my horizons by coming and, learning something new, something out of my comfort zone, something that's, that I'd like to do. I have, some, Cherokee in my bloodlines, right? Yeah. So I figured, maybe one day I'm back in the Tennessee hills, up on a mountain blowing one of these things. I have my flute and my music in my car. I was having a road rage incident where I was literally about to hurt somebody. So I pulled over on the side of the road, that little way between Utica and Nate Plate, that little back road, right? Mm-hmm. Pulled over, I went and sat down by the river and sat on a rock and literally just played, man. It didn't sound great, you know what I mean? But to me, it was more of like a breathing. I was breathing in the music, letting out music, and just trying to literally find my center again,
And it worked for you.
That's the important thing,
really
right?
Did, That's the important thing.
I was in Kosovo, Bosnia, Herzegovina, northern Turkey before I took a hit, in northern Afghanistan. So,
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for serving us.
I appreciate it.
Like Scott said, for people who suffered PTSD, it's not something that I've ever suffered, but he does, and it is a way for them it's calming to play the flute. It takes your mind away from other things and focuses you on something new.
You sort of have to, right? Be all
Yes.
the fingering and getting everything right.
Yes, and it focuses you on something new so that it does become a very calming effect.
Now, where did you serve?
I was in Vietnam. I was Gulf of Tonkin Yacht Club.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
If you remember when Johnson sent the airdrop mines over to Haiphong Harbor?
That was a little before my time, but I do try to follow the history of everything.
I hauled those over on my ship. We were a supply ship. We hauled those from Norfolk, Virginia,
all the way
to
over.
the Gulf of Tonkin.
I'm a retired nurse, but once a nurse, you're always a nurse. What they're talking about, I'm going to speak I'm not a doctor, but I'll speak from a medical perspective. I was Army Reserve for 7 years. I did not do what these gentlemen did. I have nothing but...
Well, thank you for your service.
Your brain emits hormones, and you have the feel-good hormones in layman's language. Runners get a runner's high. That's the best way to explain it. Well, your brain, when you do something relaxing, or you're doing something fun and you're laughing, or you're doing something like this, pretty soon chemically your brain releases endorphins. After you play for a while, your brain those people get hooked on that stuff.
And there's something about a creative outlet too, whether it's music or performing, some other kind of performance or painting or whatever, that I think is very beneficial to everybody, not just those with PTSD.
Yeah.
So, going on towards the younger veterans like myself, we're out there, you're in the community. This can help you find peace in a very loud, unstable world. You can find yourself finding a way to transcend the bull and really come back to yourself and centered. This has helped me not only be a more kind, peaceful person, it's also given me something to look forward to in my week-to-week, day-to-day life. So
That's great.
You know?
That's great. And you know what? I'll bet a lot of younger people, maybe starting families, young families, not just combat
Right.
PTSD, but just a way to breathe a little bit.
Well, and so it just so happened that my son was off of school today, so he got to see a bunch of veterans get together and try to make music together. It's something that, you know, everybody should be able to see, is that how even after the service, we all still stick together.
Thank you again to all our veterans. Thank you again to Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial in LaSalle for helping tell these stories. And thank you, too, for watching. I'll talk to you in the morning.